Hello, folks. Welcome on back as we get ready and prepared for Admin of Code Day 4. Before then, though, because we've got about an hour until then, I'm going to go over Day 3 again and attempt to make a little form of visualization. So I think this one is relatively simple to visualize, or at least the visualization will be somewhat interesting to look at. Yeah. Do that until Advent of Code Day 4 is ready, aka at midnight, aka when this here timer. No, that's not right. Runs out. Oh, that's also not right. There we go, that's more like it. But yeah, first going through the problem again. Essentially, given a giant string of a bunch of other strings, and the part 1 was to cut that string in half and find out which character exists in both halves. So in the first example, it's the letter P, because there's one on the left side and one on the right side of it. Do that for all of them, then convert that number to a value based on its casing. Part 2 is essentially the same, but instead of dividing a single line in half, it was group them up into 3 lines and find the single character in all 3. Then same value math again. My idea for the visualization is simply going to be looking through the string, kind of in a highlight colorway, cut it in half, so it's going to be 2 different div boxes, then highlight basically replicate the algorithm. Speaking of the algorithm that is working, let's see how that works first. Nope, that's not loving that. Do 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 do. Okay, this worked last time. Let's see. Start. Thinking thoughts. What is the error, don't you say? Argument, string undefined, unexaminable of string. Okay, so yeah, my TypeScript isn't exactly compliant. Let's fix that, I suppose, first. Common item sometimes is undefined. Well, that's a lie. Let's assert that it is never undefined. Because it's a find, and finds sometimes do not find what they are looking for. Boom. Okay, that works, which means Quokka and VS Code debug shall be happy. There we go. Okay. So first thing was we simply went through and we split our string. So watch that. Their individual string. Middle length is that. Second half is that. Then this, I suppose, I can drop that off. Give us common item, and then give us value of common item. Okay, that should be enough for us to see. Once I opened up the debug window again, there it is. Okay, so yeah, for this given one, it is a size of 12 down the middle. Second half is 7HC, which is a set version, so not very readable, but first half all the way up to the WR, that part's readable. Then we find the common item in both, which is going through the first one and saying, hey, did I find this character in the second half? Using a set to be just a little more efficient. And finally, we're converting P to its value via little character code math. If it's lowercase, then we subtract 96. If it's uppercase, we subtract 38. And that math works out so that way A through Z is 1 through 26, and capital A to capital Z is 27 to 52. And the rest of it is doing that for every single line. And then you get part 2, which is a little, just a tad more complicated. So we won't jump into that one just yet. Because the part 1 is the one that I think is the simplest one to visualize real quick. So stop that debugger. Let's... Nope, don't drag that. Yeah, there we go. Hey, my VA Liv, how's it going? It is going pretty okay today. Hope your weekend has been off to a good start. We're just going to do some simple visualization, I think. Where do I want to do it? Could do it terminal, or I could do it here. So many choices. Hey, whoa, dude. Hope your weekend's been off to a good start, too. I think we'll do it in the terminal. Yeah, we'll do it in the terminal. Okay, that's progress. It's good to hear, yeah. Lots of things to check out. A good old Advent of Code, day 3. It's not too unbearable. Yeah, I think most people will be able to understand this. Feels like about a 6 Caillou, maybe a 7 Caillou, to be honest. String manipulation and checking if first half contains something second half contains. So we haven't gotten to the super difficult ones just yet. So for every line of data, split begins the magic. And we want to do all of this in an asynchronous function so we can implement delays. Not delays, just good old delays. Where's the async of this asynchronous function? There we go. So the idea for the visualization, put it out on paper, it's going to output this, then it's going to output the line, but with a division in the middle, like so. Then it's going to choose every character and search for that character in the other half. So simply like this, but with it highlighted or maybe suffixed, where it points at that character, then it points at him again, showing red or something like that, eventually until it finds it. Hey, there you go, Mavi, there you go. Yeah, there are lots of things. Once the complexity starts building up, it's like, okay, this is working. Wait a minute, wasn't there something else? We don't know. That part's gone from our memory, is it not? But yeah, I'm glad to hear the feed is finally where you want it. Because last time it was like, it's there, but there's something we're missing. Yeah, it's always a good place to go live. Yeah, lots of projects to mess around with for sure. Portfolio being one of them. So let's see if I have this part working. First half, a little divider, second half, like that. Oh, we won't run this on all of them, so we'll hit a lovely return. Yes, node visualize. I blinked. There we go, and now it's clearing because we don't have something down here. Boop, boop. Still clearing. We need another delay. And because we are doing a recursive on the last one, so it's the last writing, technically does not need the carriage return. Those who don't know, when using not console log, you can use the carriage return to simply go back to the beginning of the line. So this is saying output the line, it's like output this text, then move the cursor all the way back here on the same line. So when you output more text, it will start kind of like if you accidentally go into insert mode, overwriting the existing text. And we need to do this with process stdout_write instead of console log, because console log adds a new line to the end of all of your calls for free. But we do not want that. This is what we want. Okay, so that should do the trick. Now, let me figure out a, I think there's a library for this. For the terminal. And yeah, but that's what I thought it was called, Colors.js. Yeah, this is it. We want pretty colors, so don't mind if I do. Just text, give me example. Here we go. Colors or colors safe. As you can see, it messes with the string prototype. Let's do the first one. It looks fine to me. I ain't scared. Oh, weird spaces. Thank you, NPM. We love that. And there we go. Okay, so now we have this, we need to actually manually go through the process. Because while we are using in the real code the fancy, efficient version, that is not going to help us see what's going on. Yeah, I'm ready to go against you. And I mean, hey, it ain't just me. It's also Suda Mateo. We're also, fellow 100 Dever, also streaming Advent of Code Day 4. When it comes up, we'll be going against them too. So yeah, one of those little friendly competition. Though I don't think none of us can compete with, what is it, Chat GPT, right? We're all going to lose to that. Hey, there you go, Liv. As you see, we're all, you are far from the only one. And yeah, my portfolio and GitHub, extremely outdated comparatively. Well, you don't need to, I could think of a number and be like, it feels like this long. Or I could just tell you, Pizza Force 1. So, where's the leaderboard? So, day 1, part 1 and part 2 filled up. Top 100, 2 minutes. Day 2, 6 minutes. Day 3, 6 minutes. So, yeah, the low ones are pretty good. 2 minutes for both part 1 and part 2. Now, part 1, day 3, part 1 took 10 seconds. And this is a little bit of the age of AI coming for us here. They mentioned on Twitter how they automated passing the input to the AI. pretty impressive stuff. Yeah, it's gonna be over in like 10 minutes usually for me. Actually, let me go check at my numbers real quick because I think I've managed under 10. I don't know. Okay, I've not. I've managed about under 15 for that weird rock paper scissors one, but most of them get under 10. That's why I do a little fun visualizing and stuff. Hmm. And for those spotting a theme, yes, my visualizations tend to basically be the process, but so you don't need an algorithm or a data science to understand it. So we have this, so for let left I equals 0, I less than first half length, left eye equals that. Oh, but there we go. That's some code we're writing. Thank you, Copilot. And as you can see, I am not scared about AI overloads. Also using Copilot myself. Okay, this is what we want to do. There you go, Liv. Yeah, that's definitely good to do. Gotta get them green squares. Okay, so what we want is first string equals first half. There you go, all around the thing. Second string equals all of that. Hey, you are preaching to the choir here, Liv. Today's stream was supposed to be, there was supposed to be a stream usually last Saturday thing, and personal issues, just real life got in the way, you know? Unfortunately, gotta prioritize. Ooh, yeah. Ah, that sounds interesting, Mavi. Yeah, probably just get to an MVP at that point, because I mean, I've looked at your code or you've project at least the last time, and it was pretty filled in. Ah, so I'll literally link it to you. Chat GPT has gotten pretty good, and yeah, thanks, Emosa. Yeah, I'm doing pretty great myself. Chat GPT, watch me typo it again. There you go. Well, that's not how you use it, and it is free to use for all. I'm sure API people are cool with it. But you literally give the same prompts and it spits out code. Like, I'll literally show you how it works. I'm gonna copy the entire text. I'm gonna prefix it by saying in JavaScript. Oh, whoops. Whoops, 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 don't mind me. Don't know how text boxes work. In JavaScript, paste the text, hit enter, and it starts spitting stuff out. Now, much like every other generation thing, it's not always the best, but it's spitting out real JavaScript, you know? And okay, this is accurate. It's generating our priority number. First, now I did this last night. Did not give us runnable code. Yeah, it seems to be relatively accurate. Yeah, so you can see it does just spit out somewhat runnable code, and they were lucky that day 3, part 1, that basically took it and they ran it. As to how this works, well, they got a blog post for that, and this is all under research and all, and it is OpenAI, kind of the not monopoly, but lead runner on all of that. Okay, my brain needs to run this now. Let's turn clock on. Ah, yes, things on fire. Things on fire. Hmm. Interesting. Okay, things very much on fire. Turn off Quokka. Bye bye. You are not missed. Yeah, my preferred stack there, Pizza Force, is generally Merm, but that's primarily just for recency bias. JavaScript for sure, big fan of it. As you can tell, super fan of TypeScript. Saves a lot of the not funness of JavaScript itself, and yeah, and then database, NoSQL, generally easy to work with, easy to prototype with. Mm, Pretty good at any database, but NoSQL is easy. And React, big fan of React front ends. Yeah, web stuff. That's the back end I was mentioning, but yeah, all the front ends I generally like React. It's the horse I bet on when there was the big three to learn, and it's been doing pretty well. And yeah, web stuff from full stack, back end, front end, variety of stuff. With 100 devs, if you've heard of that. Currently freelance. Though I am part of 100 devs, where they have they're an agency with a training program. So basically went through that, and still love the community, love supporting, but looking for a new full-time opportunity. Last I checked, this is how you make an iffy. Why you no happy? Did I misbalance? I literally misbalanced parentheses somewhere. There it is. Whoops a daisy. It was me all along, being the one that was in the wrong. There we go. What about yourself? Yes, I have used Puppeteer. Big fan of it. Love the automation. Even if you're not using for testing, it's just straight up browser automation. Pretty fun to use Puppeteer. Yeah, I use it for a couple of my projects. A Discord scraper uses Puppeteer. Code Wars scraper uses Puppeteer. A Magic Jack toggler uses No, they use Selenium. Exactly, whoa, dude. As you can see, it happens to everyone. I kept rerunning my code. I'm like, where it's not. Why you no work? Why you no work? And it was one freaking curly right there that was missing. We all get it. Now we can output this. Oh, is Quokka having a tough time? There we go. Okay, so first string is, well, let's look at first half. See, it's gotten rid of the first character. Absolutely lovely. And then second half versus second string. Gotten rid of the first character. Beautiful. I mean, yeah, pagination's always a pretty good thing to add, Mavi. 5 users and 20 posts. Why would you say it looks mightily stupid? You mean like for the scale of the data, it looks like too big of a scroll bar, and like if there were more data, it would look stupid. Because then, yeah, you could either add that to your optimizations, be like, oh, if I had more time, I'd add it, or you can do it. I wouldn't let that block you from getting to MVP though. Yeah, okay, I can imagine that Pizza 4. Fires off a bunch of Puppeteer scripts. Yeah, I haven't used it on that scale of automation, but I mean, it's not too difficult to do so. So, what are we outputting here? It's supposed to be, yeah, first half plus character. So where's my character? Give me my character. First half left eye dot red. Okay, that's how we do it. Thank you, Quokka, for not being the best platform to render colors. And I guess over here it's gonna be second half right eye dot red also. Yeah, and then we're gonna process out this R. It's gonna be first string and second string. And let's think of a good amount of time that makes this readable. 1 entire second. We're not going to input this to logic yet. I suppose it's technically been over a decade, but that's just been like, from knowing technology itself. Engineer, I guess it's about after, well, it was before COVID. Yeah, I think it's about 5 or so years now. Professionally, okay, getting paid the money. But I've been in technology for over a decade now, just as a hobby at least. Hmm. So that's not doing exactly what we want. Nan. There's a Nan in there, of course. Oh, there you go. We got symbols. So many shimbos. Hey, nice. Geocall Scott. Congrats. Yeah, I mean, I'd be down to look at some user viewer solutions if you're willing to share. Right now, I'm trying to build out a little visualization. As you can see, the red character moves. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Okay, I need padding on the left. This is horrible. Add space. Add space. Add space. Because we can't see the red. I'm a pretty big fan of TypeScript, Pizza. Big fan of type languages in general. Like, even in my Python, I added types. Solid 859. Yeah. Big fan of TypeScript in general. Because it allows you to go full types, but then if you have a big code base and you're doing migration, you can just shut them up. What is this first? Hold on. First half, second half. Wait, what string am I operating on? Oh, I'm running on input. Yeah, that's right. What is the actual answer to this one? G H H J S J S J. If only there were a script that could run on this code and tell me. Oh no. R. I mean, hey, this is the perfect time to actually get this thing alive. For sure, right? It's the upfront investment of the tool, and but thankfully, like you can shut it off for most part. Oh, we're doing Bash. Okay, you're one of the cool people doing like the cool languages. Well, that's not Bash. Oh, Bash me. I thought I was like, oh, Bash the programming languages. My bad. But yeah, let's check out part one. So, input reduce, classic, mid, exactly what I did. Compartments, exactly what I did. You don't need the last part here, but that's cool. Accumulator plus equal. Oh, yeah, I see the syntax around where you return the evaluation of an addition. Sum of get common letters, and that's the magical function. Then get your sum helper to ASCII. Oh, yep, that's your value extractor. This is exactly the hey, did you steal my ternary? Because that's what mine looks like right there. Yeah, get common letters. Okay, creating the map. Every index includes. Yeah, this is a bit more. I think this is a lot more than it necessarily needed for the problem. But I imagine you made it such because you don't really know what part two is. That's always a good strategy. Yeah, this is exactly what I did for the grouping. A devil services, yeah, dictionary also. Not the only one, it seems. Then, yeah, basically repeat of part one's code there. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, that's a big dictionary for the point lookup, yeah. I mean, because you got 26 times 2 keys, yeah. But I suppose, is that more computationally better than a lookup turn? I suppose so. Hey, of course, Joel, and yeah, my code is right there for y'all to peruse, but just go through it real quick. You're gonna notice a few similarities, so split on the new lines, reduce, get the middle. I used a set to wrap the second half, since that was being searched through. Turn the first half into an array, so I could dot find the character that exists in the second half. then calculate value. This is the ternary that we stole from each other. If it's a lowercase one number, otherwise the other number, math. Then I went to the cursed side, and I got regex to get the 3 lines. Very scary. Then I did a slight optimization, picked the smallest one to execute the find on, and besides that, it's all the same. Yeah, it does that sometimes. They're not. Man, my brain. If you go back to see it, my brain just failed at remembering what beats paper, rock, and scissors. All the translations just too painful for my brain. Oh, there's the dictionary. Yep. Yeah, it's definitely a. You don't need to worry about it when you do it like that. Why? Okay. Why? Where my real estate? Go away. Give real estate back. Hmm. Thank you, GitHub. For sure, Pizza Force. Yeah, I'm always down to do some extra freelance hours. And hey, if I'm not up for the task, though, I do have some puppeteer madness. Like I can show you real quick. What's that code? Yeah. Nope, where is it? Unknown. GitHub. Where is it? 100. This is more of a jokey project, but I did use Puppeteer both for browser state and the actual scraping. I have some other Puppeteers around here somewhere. It's just the one I can think of. So this is Puppeteer to badly hook into Discord. So Puppeteer, persistent context, jumps into Discord. Then the second half, which is the terrifying one, takes a channel, goes to it, accesses the React props underneath, and literally starts scraping out data so I can add it to my own database. So yeah, I'm pretty confident with my Puppeteer slash scraping slash whatever automation skills you could desire. And even my 100 hours, my user scripts project, I use Puppeteer to also test that a user script works. And boy, getting coverage testing on that. Do it once, folks, right? I think my stuff's relatively heavy duty, yeah. So that's that one. I think I have somewhere around here. I mean, it's a tool for a job, right? Whenever that website is using some client-side JavaScript and you can't get in there to do what you want, or you need to automate it, then yeah. Oh, I've also automated YouTube stuff. So the YouTube API, if you've ever worked with it, if you haven't, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's lacking. Whenever you want to do something, it doesn't let you do the thing you want to do. So I just have to find this folder. Nope, that's the wrong one. Hey, look, there's Playwright. Oh, I also participated in rPlace. I made a Playwright bot for the placing of dots. If you don't know what rPlace is, basically a canvas whiteboard where you place dots. But around here, I also have a Playwright script to post and edit YouTube comments. Exactly. Exactly, Devil Services. So we've got a bunch of stuff here. Somewhere around here. I think it's over here. There you go. Yeah. Boom. Here's some Playwright for you again. I grab the page, go to the channel. This one also uses a cookie to remember auth state. And then, somewhere around here. Oh no, this is all the login state. Down here is the actual editing and posting of the comment. Yeah, Mavi, that's, I thought it was kind of, just like, oh, big corporate API, no cool, but no, it's lacking. TLDR, what this is doing that YouTube doesn't, like, have an API for, so if I post my own comment with my own account, and I would like to edit that comment on my own account from my own thing, you can't do that in the API. Which is like, what? Well, why? Why not? So this basically goes to my own comment and edits it with new text accordingly. So it's like, well, why? Why not? It's mine. I own this. Mmm. Yeah. I mean, hey, I hear people use Spotify a little less painlessly. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of with most of these platforms that give you a user ID and then eventually give you a URL accessible username. YouTube's still doing that part. Hey, of course, Pizza Force, yeah. I'll respond to that probably, I mean, after stream or by tomorrow for sure. Yeah, love me some automation. Okay, yeah, yeah. My bad. I wasn't implying you should stay up till 2 a.m. for my response. No, you don't have to do that. Get some sleep, right? It ain't going nowhere. It'll be there tomorrow. But yeah, I'll be looking forward to it, Pizza Force. Yeah. And I do have experience with I mean it sounds like you're doing just automation, but I also have ye old Selenium experience if Playwright doesn't do our job, but it does. It seems to do our job. Same for Puppeteer and all. Different tools for the job. Yeah, okay, I think this visualization's working now. But now, when we get to the same letter, we want to be like, haha, green instead. So that's there. Oh, great, we gotta change the character. Be baddies, write bad code. Put it in here. Make it dry later. Okay, we'll make the first one yellow. So that's like the one we're questioning. Once you find it, you're green. But once you don't, you're red. And this is the one that sleeps. And then, what's it do? We need to get out of here. Hey, there you go, whoa, dude. Well, that's why you always just like have an email backup or like a LinkedIn contact, right? As long as there's some way, it's as long as it's accessible, right? Yeah, you could. I believe there's also a trick to basically make it actually an email. There's a mail to specification, and you can redirect them and send them to like an actual email link. So it'll open up their email client or whatever that is. So you don't have to go full email, or you can like a lot of them if you're using Netlify. Got them relatively easy tools right there waiting for us. Boop boop. Checks if something is not on fire. Yay, okay. You made me go and look. I had to make sure it was working. Yeah, okay, I think this what this needs to do is let found equals false and not found and not found. So we're gonna keep going until we find it. Once we find it, we're like, we found it. And that means we're gonna output, well, we don't want found to be false. We want found to be, I guess we do want found to be false. TypeScript is great. I'm about to break all the rules. Found is now left eye and right eye. Who's gonna stop me? Well, maybe found should be the entire string. Now we're gonna do it like this. So found will be false and then 0, 0. Yeah, weird conglomerate state thingy. Instead of this, it's gonna be found index 0. Yeah, we baddies. And now once we're here, we have access to both. In which case we can rebuild these two and output it with double grain. Cost, ditch that, left eye, right eye equals found. And now it's confused because, it's like this is a mixed bag of things. No, don't worry. This is a Boolean number tuple or weird array thing. There we go. Now we want green for both. So let's make sure this all runs good. Drop the /r on that. Okay, example for first one. Oh, look at that. It's scanning. Wow. Oh, look at that. It found the J's. Ta-da. Oh, okay, now here, so that was amazing. We love that. That was so cool. 10 out of 10. We would like the prefix to be red, though. That would be cool. If the left half turned red. And this yellow, I mean, the yellow worked, I guess. It's not enough yellow in my brain. But we're getting there. So we want the left half to be red. Right half to be red. Prefix based. Red, red. Red, red. Let's see how that likes looking out now. Hey, there we go. Hey, look at that. Okay, now it should... I guess we don't technically need to keep that red. But that works. Yeah, I like that. Do I need the split? Because I add the split for visual help with the brain. Will the search look good without it? Exactly, Mavi. I mean, that's the risk, right? I personally have two, so I am relatively okay with having it. I got my real government one, and I got the good old... This is where all my, quote, online presence one, so that's the way I managed it. Though I don't really hide one from the other, but yeah, I've yet to deal with the onslaught of unwanted contacts. Okay, this works. Let's do this for all of them. About to find out. Okay, that did that. No, it started going bad. So I imagine for the last one, we technically do want a new line. And let's also increase these numbers. Or decrease these numbers. Drop this down to 10 milliseconds. I gotta go fast. Come on, Sonic. There we go. That looks like cool. Oh, wow, that found it real quick. And we're looking there. That's the visualization in action, folks. The second delay is a bit strong. And considering there are how many lines, this is going to take a minute. A hot minute. Yeah, so 300. Now would be the cool thing where I would automatically determine the rate of all these delays based on how long I want it to be. But we are not doing that. I think this is nice enough. Yeah, this does visually and accurately represent how my code is running. It goes from left to right, searching the right half and the right half. The only thing it doesn't really represent is the fact that it's using a set, but yeah, I'm liking this. That delay is still too strong. It's too strong. Be slower. Yes, we'll drop down to 10. I don't have the incurses in my brain right now to do the multi-line magic. There we go. Visualization up and running. Pretty good for MVP at least. Bada boom, bada bing. Yeah, maybe next time we come back, or after the first half, we'll look into making this duration based. Because since I know, like, the problem's already solved, I can physically calculate exactly what my delays are. So that might be a cool thing. Make it a minute long exactly. Yeah, with that, we gotta go. And as you can see, we are less than 10 minutes out from the actual Advent of Code Day 4. So, let's see. I was thinking maybe we do a code war, but nah, we're not gonna do a code war. We're just gonna visualize into part 2, maybe. Yeah, not exactly enough for a code war. We'll keep filling around till we get close to the time, which is 7 minutes and 70. Oh, my math is wrong. Fix math, fix timer. This is what happens when you yellow it. 7 and 15. There it is. Now that's accurate. Oh yeah, it looks like, I mean, judging by the green we're getting here, this is totally a Christmas tree. Or some kind of foliage we're building up to. Yeah, totally look like a Christmas tree. Yeah, let's figure this out. So, cast duration equals 60,000 milliseconds. There we go. Now we want number of delays for each line and number of delays for each one of these. So it's basically figuring it out mathematically beforehand. Yeah, that's without all the math here. So basically it's an array of delays, and that'll be how many delays and what their weight is. Delays equals an array, and then all of this essentially happens twice. Once for the math, once for the pretties. Delays, push. I guess we're pushing the numbers. Another delay push here, and the number is kind of a weight we'll multiply by a thing. Delay push 10, because it's a 10 multiplier. Let's get rid of all this other stuff. Goodbye, other stuff. We do need stopping logic, so hello, that stuff. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Oh, we need some of that. I just realized I can see I had double delays. There we go. Now what we want to do is, whatever this is, we need to make sure it sums up to 60,000 by multiplying all of them by a consecutive number. And then we will pop, push, shift, we'll pull them out in some way when we actually want delays. So const multiply. Well, let's just look at delays, I suppose. Big array of numbers inbound. Yeah, big array of numbers, as expected. So if we were to reduce, thank you for doing math, it'd be less than 60,000. Good, wow, that is a very close number to actually having to do this. Okay, yeah. So I guess my multiplier is going to be while, do while true, let multiplier equals 1. I'll add 0.1 for every iteration. Multiplier plus equal 0.1. Const total equals delays reduce, not that times multiplier. Times multiplier goes on adding of the number right here. There we go. If total less than duration, it's greater than duration, then we break. And finally, we will have ourselves a multiplier is multiplier. Thanks for adding that. Times. This is not taking in the actual I/O wait delay, but that's NextSpeed's problem. There we go, 1.6. Okay, so that's gonna be real fast, but that should do the trick. Let's drop that return. Instead of 100, it'll be delays.shift. Remove the first, because that's the way they're pulled out. The time multiplier. Okay, I think that'll work for all of them. Shift is expensive, I know, but it's fine. Let's have a double one here. I think I added that. Yeah, because what did I do here? I 10'd it. I really need this to be 100. And this is where the 10 goes. Bad math. Oh, 1 might not even be good enough. Well, might be too large, rather. It's 0.1 this. Everywhere I do a delay, I pull it out. Okay. It's either going to work, or we'll fix it when we're tomorrow. Or fix it after. Big explosion. Let's make sure it's here. Don't worry, VS Code or TypeScript. The numbers are here. Trust me. How long we got? Okay, we still got 1:30. No. Oh, it's not an array of numbers, I bet, right? Yeah, you're confused. I shall resolve your confusion. Array of numbers. Enjoy. Ah, so though that is an extension called ErrorLint Pizza for us. Or are you talking about this? Oh, the ending braces. Yeah, these are breadcrumbs. Crumb, what's it called? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, it's not called any of this, is it? Oh no, what's it called? If anyone knows it, this HTML and taglines. There it is. But it works for all of them. Are they called biscuits? I'll figure it out for sure. Okay, I'm glad to see this visualization's doing its visualization goodness. But we do got it's you just in time for the actual solution, so let me get this up and going. Ah, I really shouldn't have kept that so close. There we go, and we go. Drop that, save that. Yeah, I'll get the exact name for you in a moment, Pizza. Do not worry. Clock has started. That's our input. Get real input. I guess it's on me for trying to do that visualization, which I did get, but not by the end. Okay, great. This is a pair of tuples of these coordinates. What are these? First pair, the first was assigned sections 2 to 4, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so we have ranges. The second pair, so your example uses blah, blah, blah. How many does one range fully contain the other? This is overlapping stuff. Great. Each section is a unique ID. Each else is assigned IDs. Overlap, pair up, make a big list of assignments. So 2 to 4, 6 to 8. Why are these on the same line? First pair of L's. First was 2 to 4, other is 68. Second, okay, great. And the third pair assigned 3 sections. One got 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9. There's an overlap. Got it. Okay, so what are we supposed to do with these overlaps? fully contains the other. Okay, this one, for example, you're fully contained by the other one. Pairs were fully contained. One will be exclusively cleaning already included. Count the number of overlaps. Got it. This is a two-way thing, so let's start on this. Data.split new line return. I'm returning a recount to, so it's to produce some thing as a great at names. Initialize it to 0. Return sum plus 1. Then it's const. No, that's not what it is. L1, L2, L3. Nope, got a const. E1, E2. Come on, symbols, 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 symbols. E1, E1, E2 equals thing dot split comma map P equals P dot split hyphen dot map number. Okay, we have all of this. We need to count the number of ones that are totally overlapping the other one. So that can be done brute force, although part 2 is going to ask for the fancy one. Okay, so if E2 0 less than E1 0 and E2 1 greater than E1. Not great. Let me actually write this out. So it's if 4 check if E2 is within E1. Let's cheat a little bit. There we go. Check if E1 is within E2. There we go. Okay, I think this is it. What's my expected? 2. Am I reading 1? That's right. Quokka, wake up. Be small. 651. 651. Ah, okay. Almost top 500. Here comes the hard one. We have to actually not be baddies. Quite a bit. Number of overlap at all. Okay, number of overlap at all. It's almost worth just redoing a 1, but we'll be cool. Overlapping at all. Bring that in. Make sure to update that. Solve 2. Expected is 4. Okay, let's see. Update this. Check if E2. Come on, symbols. E2. At all. Hopefully you did it right. I'm gonna trust Copilot on this one. 825. No, not the right answer. And I'll put the correct for this, though that is. Oh, now these are the terrifying ones, folks. When it does correctly in the sample, but not real code. Absolutely terrifying. Reread it again. Okay, 5779. Override section 3, 3 to 7, sections 4, 5, and 6. Ooh, we're counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, wait. That's the number of overlapping pairs is 4. Is it the same example? 5779, 2, 4, 6. Okay, same example. Correct output. Gotta check where I mathed it wrong. Okay, yeah. Gotta break this out basically. If okay, thanks for that, Copilot. I'm not really doing that right now. So if E2 is greater than E2, 0 greater than or equal to E1, 0, that means your starts are overlapping. Plus 1. We're doing it manually, folks. If E1, your end is greater than or equal to E2 to my beginning, turn sum plus 1. Feels right. Expected 6 to equal 4. Incorrect. Great. E1, E2. 2424. Uh-oh. 2323 5757. Oh, why do they look the same? Because I typed them the same. Yeah, these aren't correctly typed. Now let's just figure the math out on this. The logic. Overlap at all. Cost the. Okay, Matt, so let's leave this. Coming out. Coming out. I see what happened. Nine, 7, 6. No, dang nabbit. Nine, 5, 6. I'm probably gonna hit the rate limit at this point. Yeah, okay, I got 42 seconds left to wait. I know this is like a very somewhat common ask, but brains are not working. Okay, I'll just generate 2 sets. E10 to E11. Okay, we're doing it baddie cast out. No, cope. Okay, that worked. From E20. If sets have intersection. If new set has that, return. There you go. This is the bad way of doing it. The non-mathematical way, it's going to crash with big numbers. 956. Ooh, my answer is staying the same. 42 seconds. How long ago was that? Hopefully. 956. Everyone still says 956. Hey, oh, I dropped out of 1,000 thanks to that. That's all good. Overlapping math. What do you know? See, that's on me. See, Copilot doesn't always help, folks. You run too fast and it messes you up. Hey, it's still in top 5. I should have went for the brute force. As you can see, performance-wise, I mean, look at the performance. It's basically 0 performance. I overthought it. I thought, oh no, I need to get my part 2 ready for 1 billion entries to be mathematically sound. But I didn't. That's on me for over-preparing. But yeah, that was it working. Why's that on that line? Let's go ahead and get this committed. And we'll figure out exactly what that at 2022 day 4 type script solution. Boop. Boop. And what did I do to part 3? Why part 3 different? Weird. Oh, for TypeScript fun. Great. We'll ignore that. That was a pretty good one, folks. Let's go check out. Be sure to all go over and give some support to our friend Suda Mateo, fellow 100-dever, also doing day 4. Looks like they're doing part 2 or part 1. Let me use my eyes. And they're doing all the fancy Rust stuff, so no speed on that one. You gotta do lots of typing for that. Yeah, now there's that extension. I said I would figure out what it was called. Really should have this. Bracket lens. There we go. Okay, it was called bracket lens. I just couldn't think of it at all. I have not done any Rust yet, whoa, dude. Well, I mean, I've done it just like Hello World, but nothing serious. That bracket lens, if you're still here, Pizza Force, or if you're not, I'll tell you later. But bracket lens is the magic extension. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that one. Aside from my brain, just this is what happens when you trust Copilot too much. You didn't write it out, and it spat out the wrong things. Yeah, I think this is the proper one. And honestly, man, what's the difference? Why in my brain I just lost the track? Oh, it's if it's completely engulfed versus. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. So what I can do is I can make this a little helper. Parse section ranges, and that will take data the string and return a cool tuple number array. Yeah. Data split. Well, man, I could go crazy and go regex with this, but we ain't about to do that. Line, and basically this coda right here. Now it's angry because types are off. Hey Ryan, how's it going? We just solved day 4 of Advent of Code here. Nope, that. Now we're doing the optimization. Yeah, it was basically about finding out if ranges overlap at all, which, as you can see by the cool little visualization, we were able to figure that out. Okay, you got a little mathy there, so part 2 I dropped in over 1,000, but we got there in the end. And of course, Sumateo is still doing the rest funness. Yeah, we did come up with a new visualization before. I'd like to show that one off because I am proud of it. So this is of the part 3 code. And watch it go! Please still work. There it is. Look at that. It's visualizing the search algorithm, basically, for all of the characters that exist in both parts. It's zooming. I figured we'll not go with D3 this time in the sake of time. And it works. This should take theoretically 60 seconds, though with delays it probably takes 2 whole freaking minutes. Yeah, I'm actually pretty proud of this one. I think I'm going to keep most of my visualizations out of D3 land for my own sanity. It's flickering fast, but if I slow it down, it basically there's like 2 yellow pointers. It's basically a 2-pointer visualization, which visualizes what we're doing in the code, but in a neat way. I appreciate that, Death Knight. Yeah, pretty happy with it myself. Okay, it's gonna keep going. Yeah. Yes, that's right, Scotty. This is not an Advent of Code visualization. This is the mainframe being hacked right in front of you. Y'all better go unplug all your things. Pull out your fire alarms. I'm getting their IPs as we speak, Scotty Codes. Yeah, it's honestly not. It's actually like conceptually pretty not crazy. So first there was math to get delays. That was painful. Don't think about math. But then I basically generated the string with the current character in yellow or green and outputted that string to the console, not with console log, so we can get the single line thing, and then just delayed it by the proper number of milliseconds. Rascal.js, there we go, yeah. I should have ran it under time, too. We don't actually know how long this takes. We ask it to take like 60 seconds, but this thing could take 5 years. And this is just for the part 1. We didn't get to part 2. I mean, speaking of visualizations, I imagine this one wouldn't be too hard to visualize. It would well, okay, hold on. Famous last words. What kind of input are we looking at? Okay, big numbers. Okay. So just by judging, these are all sub 100 numbers. Now I could do that we're doing the visualization, folks. After I optimize this, we are visualizing part 4. It's like a caret. No, I can't not. It's just right there in front of us. Well, we're first gonna optimize this baddie code. So I just realized, I was like, this is awesome. I didn't really explain what's up. So since there are like 100 slots, so that's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. This is going to be the maximum width of our thing. We're going to draw some kind of visualizer of the start and end of one. It's like, this to 98 or whatever. It's going to be a bunch of hyphens. And then this. That's going to represent a single range. Maybe we won't use hyphens. And then for 3 to 84, that's awkward, they're overlapping. We'll add another bunch of hyphens, and then we'll color them. We'll choose colors, and we'll throw them on the screen. That's going to look good. We got to get this working. Oh, look at that. Okay, we told to go to 60 seconds. It took a minute and a half. That's the, that just goes to show you, folks. If you get a lot of console logs in your code, it's going to take time. And this is also another reminder that when you tell code to wait, for example, is that a friendly reminder? Set timeout doesn't mean wait for exactly how long you say it. It means wait for at least how long you say it. So if you say wait 10 milliseconds, it'll come back in at least 10 milliseconds, not exactly. Hence, not being 60 seconds here. You're not wrong, Mavi. It is a little more Googleable for sure. Day 4 is done, Joel. Yeah. Now we're just looking for an optimization. I messed up on the part 2 because I was being batty. I couldn't figure out the math. So I went brute force and I just generated all the numbers, which that's on me. If I had looked at the input, I would have seen we're not dealing with millions. All our numbers are from 0 to 100. This is why you should take a look at your input to see what complexity you're dealing with, but I didn't. I mean, still sub 5,000 for both. And now we're going to clean this up and we're going to visualize it, because we can. First we got to do this. As... Okay, as number, now what's this? As number. Do we have enough brackets yet? I don't think so. Hey, there you go, Pizza Force. I'm glad you're back. I don't know if you caught it earlier. Bracket lens. The name of the extension that adds the closing thing on the bracket is called bracket lens. I'll drop the ID in chat for you. Precisely, Death Knight. That's why it takes longer than 60 seconds. Time requested plus... Oh yeah, you're right. I guess I didn't really take into account the actual computational time. Yeah, here's that extension for your bracket lens. But hey, I'm glad you had it go. Yeah, I just failed at math. So, I mean, first one I was able to math out. Second one I was like, my brain hurts. Just make a set of all the numbers. Which, had I looked at the input and realized that we're not doing with billions of numbers, I would have went straight for the bad solution. But I didn't look at the input. I thought part 2 would have been where the optimization gets us. Yeah, it's a pretty great one. For those who don't know, I guess I didn't explain it. Bracket lens is adding this little thing down here at the end of every bracket to indicate the line that it starts on. Because we have the colors, so it's very subtle. There's a white border around both of these, which can be useful, but sometimes there you get a lot of brackets, and you can't tell which one's being highlighted. Indentation gets wonky. So if this, it's literally telling you find. It also gives you a line number too. I don't use the line number that often, but it also tells you what line it starts on. Yeah, I used a little bit of Copilot Pizza Force. Okay, there you go. Oh, you want to look at magic while we're here. I haven't actually tried it because I generally try to want to be the one in charge, but let's see how ChatGPT takes this question. Yeah, Scotty. Oh yeah, the box line. I don't know what extension does that, but I used to have it. Yeah, it draws like a thing to here and here or whatever. I think I have that turned off. I obviously have that turned off, but I used to have that before I had this. Where's the code? I wanted to go to Chat GPT. So if you think Copilot's pretty crazy, Pizza Force, you're you're about to be blown away. So in JavaScript, paste. Let's see if this works actually. Yeah, so that's interesting that you have that side effect. It stopped doing that for me, and I want it to give me longer code block suggestions, but for the life of me, it it usually just gives me the one liner, and if anything else, it's either that or it's the 15 lines, no moderation. Where's the JavaScript? But where's my JavaScript? Okay, so the bot does not always know what to do. In JavaScript, maybe this output is bad. Let's get rid of this bad output. Solve this problem. Oh, for sure. Any repetitive code, any boilerplate code, even any popular code, Copilot and all these tools are great for. Okay, let's see if it generated good code. Pairs. I guess this was the tricky part. Hey, there you go. Yeah, exactly. The more information you provide it, the better it can do. And there you go. Yeah. Okay, so this is somewhat doing it. Yeah, ChatGPT. For those, if you don't know, day 3, there's a solution that was submitted 10 seconds in. That was done via ChatGPT. They fed it the thing and ran the code. Yeah, it's good. Like it's great with JavaScript being the popularity and all that. And as you can see, I did a little co-piloting myself. But now for the optimization. Return parse. Nope. Yeah, it should be good at parsing mono repos and getting context. So it has access to like the current file for sure. Eh, I honestly don't remember because when I last looked at it, like, so the trick about it is that Copilot does not see anything below your cursor. It sees everything above your cursor only. So aside from that trick, like you have to write top down to make sure it sees stuff. I don't know what contextual it keeps from your project as a whole. It should, but I can't actually see that. But yeah, that's why they had it like as free trial at one point, right, Joel, for everyone to give a shot to. JS hoisting. Yeah, so much for that, am I right? Oh wow, thank you, Copilot, for writing this code. Yeah, I think I like this code. Alright, here. Boop. Boop. Let's turn Quokka back on. I did that. That's what I did on part 2. I re-accessed, I basically did the same check twice. I checked if E2 is overlapping with E1 twice instead of the second overlapping with the first and the first the second. So that's what I did with part 2. I do think this is the proper way to do it, all mathy and stuff. Oh, geez. Let's see how that works. Function range 1 contains range 2 or range 2 contains range 1 R1, R2. Uh, do it for me, Copilot. Yeah. Look, it's good at that, you know, pizza. It's pretty good. Yeah, I got a little. Again, most of my errors are brain not fast enough to realize what's going wrong. Brain not fast enough. Yeah, I mean, I definitely am not giving myself any credit for using TypeScript. I would be much better off using JavaScript to not deal with types. But honestly, I just any everything, so there's not real TypeScript happening. I just like it. But yeah, I remember because I had done the previous ones in Python. It's definitely the way to go to get to the top of it. But with my recency bias, I think my Python's rusty enough that my JavaScript is still better at this point. And yeah, LaQuart, thanks for thanks for coming on by. My it's Python's just too rusty at this point. Yeah, this is TypeScript. I promise. Don't look at the code. Don't look at the code. You won't be able to tell. Eh. Hey, look at that. There's the well, that's terrifying code. I want to copy the well, does that work? No, that don't work. Eh. There we go. So we just put it in a thing and we whip it to a number. It shall. Bad math. Now, if I wanted to be cool, I'd break these out into further deconstructed variables. Yeah, Joel, it's a learned thing, right? Because I mean, how what other languages really have such list comprehension or dictionary comprehension syntax? It gets really bad when you use a comprehension and then you throw a walrus operator in on there, or the assignment, whatever they properly call it. That's when it gets really bad. I don't want to make this any one-liner because I can barely read this as is. Hey, it's all good, Death Knight Runner. I appreciate you more than just a follow. You ain't got to. Yeah, they're out there, Joel. They are. It's the language to go for, honestly. It's the one that's gonna give you the least amount of characters, most amount of action. Yeah, I appreciate your follow, Death Knight, and Liquire, yeah. Now I think this one, while I did go the set math, I don't think I need to do set math. Oh wow. Okay, let's see if that works. No, that don't work. Check if E2 with E1. Nope, not that bit. So if this returns sum plus 1, let's see if I can do the other one. Nope, not that one. Maybe my typo's breaking the code. Yeah, I mean, I've been avoiding the one-liners purely out of readability, though. It's JavaScript. I can just minify the whole thing to cheekily get by with one. 956. There we go. So this is thank you, Copilot. You did the math. Absolutely terrifying. Let's see if I can actually understand this. So the beginning is less than the beginning of the other one, and the end is greater than the end of the other one. I understand that. And the same for the other one. Here is if one beginning is less than the other beginning, and one end is greater than the other end, or the other way around. Okay, so it's basically you have to search both ways. Do we even need both? Yeah, we need both. There we go. Oh, geez. At that point, yeah, like you can one-line it, especially with the Walrus operator, because you can do that extra assignment that you would generally need. Okay, so return parse data dot reduce E1 E2, drop that, and time to be a baddie. Sum plus numeric this or this. I think this is an and, an or, an and. I think we'll keep it in the parentheses. Because this is completely understandable. Big understanding. Much understanding. Yeah, I did see that proposal. It's definitely gonna make, gonna help our bracket soup, right? For sure, LaCroix. Yeah, and even if I do hit up the one-liners, my one-liner takes 10 lines because I put each segment on it on its own line for somewhat readability. I say as I create a 165 character long math monstrosity. Yeah. Here's the thing, this wasn't readable on 2 lines anyway, so the readability has not decreased or increased. It's just the same. More symbols. I think this part's the cool part. Got all this parsed out. Yeah, say this is the math optimization, which I am happy with. For sure, yeah. Optimize 2022 day 04 TypeScript solution. There we go. Now, it depends on which one I want to go. Yeah, I'm interested in the. Well, how many lines are there? It does not require. It's so TypeScript doesn't add any runtime features to the language, so that would be like a runtime thing. Being able to do dot intersect with sets. It only is compile time types for the most part. I think you have to use a library like Immutable, which or any other set compliant library that brings in things like intersections, unions, all the other cool stuff. But yeah, plain old ES6 sets don't have that yet. I think in set. Last I thought, I could have swore there was a proposal to bring set methods into the standard. Yeah, filter is the way to go. Going back to my previous version, I think I actually did it with a filter. Add version. There we go. View code. Yeah, here it is. So basically you say, hey, does it contain anything that the other one has? Which means, yeah, that's basically the way to do it. And even this is bad code, but filter is the way to go. Still relatively good because you're doing .has, but I'm sure there's more optimal under the hood and all. Oh yeah, and yeah, this is code Copilot wrote. I was just like, it's good enough, but yeah, shouldn't make this into size. It should be if dot sum probably. There you go. So this will return if there is at least one. That's it. One common value between them. Yeah, because every would be if they are like in the world of Venn diagrams. Some means at least one matches. Every would be that the circles are overlapping, basically. They are fully. Basically, that's an equals check minus length. But yeah, I was just like, figure it out, please work. And then it worked, so good enough. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I can definitely see a visualization coming out of this. Might not get it polished, but we're definitely going to get it started. But then we're going to get rid of all this. Never mind. Goodbye, all this. This was great. Goodbye. So again, it's going to try to be a minute-long visualization. People do not generally have times or attention spans longer than a minute, so we're going to keep it there. And the goal here, so looking at our input, for example, let's look at a range. Come on, scroll up. Hiya. Hey, of course, look quiet. Good night, good night. Yeah, 6 a.m. I'm relatively lucky. I am in the same time zone as it, so it just starts at midnight for me. My sleep schedule has not been too negatively impacted. But yeah, have a good night, and I'll see you next time, or I'll see you next time I see you. Thank you for coming on by. Basically, what we're gonna do here, we're gonna do some cool ASCII art. So, okay, this is horrible. Let me find the real example that I can actually talk about. 2 to 4, 6 to 8. There we go. We have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I guess. There you go. So you can see I was able to visualize in ASCII the quote ranges here. Hey, of course, Joel. Yeah, good night, good night. Okay, I want to visualize these a little better. So let me improve my ASCII art skills. I'm gonna have to go get some Unicode block formatting. Make this look really cool. Block elements. Yeah, these are the ones. Ah, I want something to look cooler. I think I grabbed the wrong Unicode symbols. Brox, yeah, that's the wrong one. Unicode box. Box drawing characters. That's what I'm looking for. Give me cool symbols. Give symbol. And these have got to be it. Yeah, these are the ones I think I'm looking for. So, the one that'll just be. There you go. The reason, as you can see, the reason I want these is because they have no. They visually are connected. This is why they exist. See, I think this is what I want here. And then once I get to a interesting one, I want a T junction. Oh, a cross. Maybe that'll look cool. 0, 1, 2. Yeah, and then nope, I deleted too much. And then I'll use coloring to make this distinct in some way. Maybe I'll do something else. Ooh, hyphens. See how these look. Very little difference. Let me make sure these look good in the terminal before I go off. Yeah, they look great in the terminal. So many symbols to choose from. Is this all of them? These are all the ones that I care about. Let's actually make it a little readable. Okay, so we have double dash, we have 4 dots, 4 bolded dots. Yeah, okay, I'm going to use this for the entire board. Then once I get to the ones I care about, it's going to be my delimiter. Oh, I guess I can use up and then down. Up for one range, down for the next. I can even alternate them. So let's find the up. See, I'm great at this. Okay, never mind, we're going for the down. Whoops, clipboard, what are you doing? 0, 1, 2. Oh, is there a down dash? I guess not. That's cool. 3, 4. And then as the content will not be using dashes for coolness. And then 3, and then we'll use the up one instead. My eyes refuse. There it is. There we go. That'll be able, so when they overlap, you'll be able to actually tell where one begins and starts. What colors will I use? Because we got just normal for the rest of it. Then we got red, green. I guess we'll do red for the overlap. It's gonna be green and blue, and then red will be whatever overlaps. Okay, I'm thinking I'm liking this. I am liking this, and I want to get the largest one because I want them all to be equal. So I guess first thing we'll just be going through all this. Get biggest number. There we go. So I can reuse some of that parsing code. Don't mind if I do. Why are you angry? You should be cool. You were cool last time. Why are you no cool? Ah, semicolon. Iffy. There we go. Let's longest line equals negative infinity or const. I could do a reduce. I ain't caring about that. Const range of parse ranges. Oh yeah, it's taking the last value. Oh, that works. E1, E2. Awesome, that's great. Okay, now we're gonna go through these one by one. For const line of data. Dot split new line. Hey, it's all good, Jazzy Pants. It was all pretty good. Yeah, so it was pretty good. We were able to get part one relatively good, and part two I just got by math. But basically, it wasn't too crazy of a problem. Again, I'd still call this a Code Wars-able problem, maybe down to 5 Caillou. Basically, you're given 2 ranges. You need to return first if one range is completely in another range. Then you have to return if any of the ranges are overlapping in even the slightest. So if you have a range of like here to here, you have another range in here, then this one is within this one. So you count that. But if you have another range from here to here and here to here, the ranges are technically overlapping. So one was counting full inclusions, second was counting just the overlaps. And as you can see, math is awesome. It's unreadable, and I am okay with that. But this one, we're actually going to do the visualization on the day of. I know, Jazzy. Hey, hopefully this visualization can come and save the day. So we're going to generate a visualization, or we're going to try to, today of this problem. A little ASCII art, because we actually were able to generate part 3's visualization. So if we look here, this is what part 3 looks like, the whole scanning and finding duplicate stuff. Don't worry, your matrix is not being hacked. It's just going fast to be within 60 seconds. Although now that, I could probably turn it up. Yeah, I gotta make this customizable, because I said take 60 seconds, but if I'm like, take times 5, be slow, I say. See if I can make it a little slower so it can actually read it. Nope, still too fast. Take 15, triple that. Be slow, I say. It's the first time I almost told a computer to do that. My goodness, times 30. This thing's fast. There we go. Okay, here you go. So you can kind of see a little better where it starts on one letter and it scans the other half for that letter. You can see the yellow slowly moving up until it finds it, and then boop, green. Which is algorithmically what's actually happening here. Yeah. And now we're going to do a similar one. I don't believe there's a name for it. Because it's not really a sort, it's a search, I suppose. I don't think there is a name. There might be. There probably isn't some PhD dissertation somewhere, but I don't know it. Because we cut it in half and we search the second half for any. Oh, so we're looking for a a 2-pointer. So this is commonly like a 2-pointer solution, where you have one pointer pointing at one thing and the second pointer constantly moving through the second thing. It's not good, what do you call it, performance wise. Yeah, so it's like a two pointer, left pointer, right pointer thing. Yeah, it's linear. I suppose it is linear. It's a linear times the length of this. So yeah, it's not quadratically horrible. Like in the actual code, I use an actual set. So these lookups are basically O of 1. So it's O of n, where n's the half of the thing. So it's not horrible performance. It just allows you to visually see how, oh great, you gotta, for every character, you have to do 10 searches possible. So if there are 5 characters you're searching, that could be a possible of 50 searches. It's not the worst, but yeah, I believe it is still linear in the grand scheme of things. But that was today before part 4, and then when part 4 came out, it's like, oh my goodness, this is just asking to freaking visualize. So we're basically building the string out like this in some way to be looking cool somehow. For sure, Death Knight Run. Yeah, all the proper terms. Totally left the room. Yeah, I appreciate that. That's yeah. So yeah, you are right. It is O of n, aka linear. Yeah, when we care about big O, it is technically linear. I think. Hey, there you go. With your powers combined, you'll be the ultimate developer. What we need to do is technically I want to make this an array of cars equals array dot from length longest line. Yeah, we're being baddies. We're making an array where each thing is our cute little weird character doohickey. You love weird character. Double triple dot thing. That's what Anki's for, folks, right? All this memorization. It's all for Anki. Anki has failed all of us this day, it appears, though. Key value pairs. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's also like key value pair, property. It's like, there's so many different synonymic ways to describe that exact same thing, so I do not blame you at all. Well, how do I indicate start and end? I just realized. Huh, I guess we're not going to indicate left and right. It's going to be start and end. There we go. So, cars E0 equals. Oh, thank you, Copilot. Number cannot be used in index. Who since when? Number. I mean, E1 is an array of tuples. No. I think I messed up TypeScript. Nope. Oh yeah, because this is for a single line. Yeah, that's confusing to you. Not at all. Oh yeah, like the goblins and stuff. Hey, there you go. That's a hey dinner and a show, right? It's all good as long as it's you can eat food to watch nearly anything, can't you, Mavi? Smurfs and goblins. Yeah, that. I mean, as far as an educational terms, pretty good, pretty encouraging. But like, okay, where are we gonna find? We gotta translate that a little bit now. 'Cause this is good. Now we want to loop through this for let. Oh, there we go. Copilot. Got it. Yeah, Copilot. Let's do this. Okay, this is good. So here comes the fun part. Overlaps. For sure. Yeah, it was the best tool for the job at the time, for sure. Exactly, Jazzy. Yeah, we're just visualizing stuff with ASCII and all talking about how we are not doing enough Anki apparently. For sure, yeah. Best tool for the job. Okay, we're supposed to color all these, aren't we? Yeah. Okay, I guess we'll do the coloring after or whatever. How's that gonna work? We'll figure it out. Maybe I should have just built this left to right, but we're here now. Okay, so there's an edge case in which, let's find the example. Example. Stop being in my face. I don't know if mine's established. It's just whatever I have to Google, it just goes in the Yankee. 5 to 7, 7 to 9. So what the visualization for that one would be is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 7 would have the weird cool symbol. There you go, yeah. Sounds like the best way to do it, Jazzy. Yeah, yeah, the Curtis public one. Where is it? I can go grab it. Of course, as you know, building the Yankee deck is an extra, what's it called? An extra session of building it. So you should definitely give that a shot. But if you ain't got the time, or you want to just yoink some answers here. Sorry, Jazzy. I'm not bad. You said that. It's like, I got you. It's like, I'm already on the website. I'm sorry. Yeah, so these are some answers that Curtis has crowdsourced. Boy, there are a lot of here. I forgot. I mean, hey, as long as you got some kind of pattern, right? Yeah, yeah, you got to use different templates for sure. Nice death run, yeah. I mean, I don't know about OneNote myself. So the whole point of Anki, we're not sponsored by Anki, as you know. It's the algorithm, you know. Hey, there you go. Yeah, yeah, you can always finish up, go back, take your questions. Yep, the flashcard app. Mm-hmm. In a sense, yeah, but we don't really care about the flashcard app. We care about the space repetition algorithm it uses underneath. We give no care about the app. It's the algorithm that it shows you cards again when the forgetting curve is about to drop off. So that's why like paper flashcards are not recommended because you're not going to implement the algorithm. Okay, a lot of edge cases for this. So basically overlaps for all four of these. So I guess we've done it just like that, but I can do extra here. If no, stop doing whoa, 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 whoa. Stop doing whatever the heck you're about to do, Copilot. If E1 1 triple equals if they're equal, basically. If E1 0 0 0 triple eh. Hey, Max Techni, appreciate the raid. What were you doing this lovely day? Over here doing some Code Wars. Or Technique. Tell me how to say it. I imagine you might have been also doing some Advent of Code. Hey, I appreciate the follow too. Adam, of course, yeah. We got the day 4 also solved, part 1, part 2. This is terrifying, is it not? All this weird logic of overlapping stuff. Though some people were a little more reasonable. They just generated all the numbers and were like, where's there an overlap? So this is the optimized, terrifying mathy way of doing it. Yeah, we did part 4. Right now, we're working on a visualization because I visualized part 3 in the terminal. It's the whole elf searching character thing. We're looking to make a similar visualization for part 4. So right now I got my little plan of all the symbols I want to use. I mean, there is an algorithm underneath the hood, Mavi, but it is like a simplistic one that you probably could implement yourself. But like, there's an Anki algorithm. I know. I looked at the page once. Few people tried to like re-implement Anki and kind of gave up on the algorithm itself. It'd help if I spell the word algorithm, would it not, folks? But yeah, Max, what language were you using? As you can tell, I'm using, well, if you can't tell, I'm using a bit of TypeScript, which is basically JavaScript in the context of Aberrant of Code. SM2, there we go. So this is the algorithm apparently, and yeah, I guess it might be a simplistic one. I haven't gotten into the nitty gritty of it. Python, yeah, I did Python last year. It's my first year not going Python first due to the fact that it has been so long since I touched Python. Additionally, Quokka, so it's an extension I use for quickly running my input, does not exist for Python, and the Wolf version of Quokka can literally crash your computer. It's like this blue text generation extension of VS Code does not exist for Python. Hmm. Okay, yeah, so it's not too crazy. That's as far as I got basically. Jazzy Pants. There's a system and clicking buttons affects the system, something like that. All good, Max. It's all good. It's basically just quicker than running. It runs the code for you. So it's like Code Runner or whatever. Just run code before I have to do it manually thing. Makes it a little quicker to see output. All right, now I'm trying to make this cute little ASCII visualization. I know I can do it. Maybe I just won't think about the edge cases. AC films going well, going well. Visualizing this lovely thing now. Hey, of course, Death Knight. Yeah. Good night. Good night. We'll catch you next time, or we'll catch you tomorrow, or the next time, or whenever the next time is. Yeah, that's called Wolf, I think. For those Pythonistas who want Quokka, it's called Wolf. Basically, as you can see, inspired by Quokka, basically does the same thing. Hey, I appreciate you sharing that, Jazzy. Yeah. The dangers of Wolf, unless they've updated it in a while, is that if you put it in an infinite loop, it will literally crash your computer. So don't watch out for that. There is a different extension. I'd love to know what that is. Okay, we'll just console. Right, we write this stuff at this point. We just need to see if my pretty eyeballs. Classic C films, not too unexpected at all. I mean, well, I'm not blaming the extension author. It's just done in a very simplistic way. What it does is it just spawns up a sub process and runs your code. That's all it does. It doesn't do anything complicated like that. I imagine Quokka does have the memory sealing and fancy stuff, but again, this isn't. These are just people giving their time to make these cool extensions, and they ain't got infinite times. But hey, I imagine make a pull request to that. Add this memory sealing or something. Yeah, be a tough one to test for, because every test it's like, okay, am I restarting my computer? Yes, I am. For sure, Death Knight, yeah. And I didn't take it that way, Jazzy. I was just like, yeah, that's a great suggestion. So who's gonna implement the suggestion now, right? For sure, that's right, Jazzy. Yep. Now you're onto the hunt. Into the hunt. I think this will work. I just need to run this thing at least once now. CD04. Hey, appreciate the follow there. I taste song. For sure. Hey, look at that. Well, what's this? What the heck is this? This isn't what I wanted. I didn't ask for this. Okay, first it's using the wrong symbols. Wrong symbols. When we want this, we want the down symbol and the all the wrong symbols. None of these symbols are good symbols. Although, okay, I like these symbols. Never mind. Good symbols. Yeah, Night Death Knight. Ooh, geez, Max, that's a tough one. Hopefully, it's just a loading error and it didn't actually get corrupted or whatever. I mean, I've had that happen sometimes, but that's because I somehow broke my OBS. But I just needed to stop some running process. It was Orca of all things, which, if you don't know what that is, it's a Linux screen reader. For whatever it is, it turned on at one point and it literally crashes OBS. So not doing that, fix that. That's a lot. We need to see E1, E2. We only need to do this replacement if the things align, right? So only if cars triple equals this thing, then do that. Yeah, I said. There we go, that's gonna help. Yeah, oh, modern purple. There you go, okay. I think I still have that theme from last time. It's still installed. Okay, I do not have it still installed. I must have installed it. Modern purple theme. Whoo! Thanks, C Films. Wow. This is the lightest light theme I've ever seen in my life. Wow, I literally can barely see. Okay, if you have another light theme, I am more than willing to do this. Otherwise, I am going to the dark one. My eyes I physically felt them not appreciate that one. I am pulling my veto. Don't burn my eyes with another light one, or I'll just sound purple dark. Wow, yeah, that was good. Dark theme's okay. Okay, I'm doing it either way. My veto was pulled. Yikes. Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is good. We want blue and green and dot blue blue. Then dot. Yo, why is this thing complaining? Oh, poor TypeScript. You're so confused. Then it'll be red for the overlap. Dark theme one, it's actually readable. Got no complaints from the dark theme on me. Yeah, Mavi, that's what I was feeling. It's pretty okay. I mean, it's purple to red's a little much, but I ain't got no complaints. Why isn't this working? This worked fine. Oh, nope, that's on fire now. Great, NPM colors. So let's figure that out real quick. How do I use this cool library again? Show me how to use. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna do the other kind where it's a wrapper. Then I'll just surround it in the whatever. So instead of saying a dot blue, it's a function. We love functions. Functions are friends, not food. Yeah, so I'm trying to think of my color scheme. Red, green for one, blue for the other, then red will be for the override. Hey, appreciate the follow. Defcon 201 Live. Shades of Purple. Oh, wow. I didn't really recognize the difference there. Neat. Mm. Okay, so E1 and E2 are great. Now what we need to do is go through all the overlapping ones. So for... No, not duration. For cost car. No. For let I equals... E2... Come on, do your thing, Copilot. If... We need to basically check if it's overriding. If I is in range of E1, thank you. I'll make it red. Nope, not yellow. It's red of whatever it originally was. Boop. Yeah, it's definitely a favorite color there. Last purple one's pretty good too, yeah. Oop, it's not doing it red. Probably gotta do the opposite. So this is E2. Drop it to E1 and then E2 here. Colors I equals colors red. Now, I'm imagining that if this don't work, you can't double color something. So if I say color, where's the green? Yeah, color blue to a... Well, if I'll color orange to a color blue. Cannot find colors. Okay. So if I orange a blue, I imagine this won't work. Glad to know you can't do that. So how do I decolor something? So let's see. Uncolor text. Remove the color. Great. So what's rainbow? I did not totally confuse. Don't worry about it. Not at all distracted. And worry not. Oh my god. Oh, okay. It just alternates the colors. That's cool when it doesn't explode. Very... Yeah, I can see the contrast slightly being different. Yeah, it's an interesting thing for sure. Hmm. I think instead of hitting blue or green, I need to do this check here. So if doing the E1 loop, I'll do this check. This equals... Then if there's an override, then I hit it with colors red or colors green. There we go. And then same thing here. E2 does the E1 inner override of colors blue. What's colors red or colors blue? And again, I'm not saying we're going to complete this. I just want to get something on the board. Boop. Well, nothing's on the board. Would help if I canceled it. Cancel lag. Hey, look at that. So you can see the overlapping section is in red. Now, what will be really cool is the next time I come along, I actually make it character by character appear and all, and then turn the red section red. But we ain't doing that. We're just gonna get this thing written out. Process std out. Right. Yeah, victory! Well, you're going to see the cool victory now as I put it in the loop. Yeah, small victory. There we go. Look at all these. Look at all this victory, though. Well, let's go full screen. We deserve a full screen. Yeah. Wait a minute. What's the length of... Okay, these are a lot of pretty lines. I feel like this got longer than the terminal or something. Oh, I know what's happening. There's no new lines. Whoops the daisy. And when I rewrite this, I need to do that. I was like, wait a minute, this don't look right. There we go. Okay, well, it's all happening on one line. Interesting. Also have this trailing thing here. Why have you failed? Longest line. Weirdo. Add more spaces. Hey, that fixes it. Hey, there you go, Max. Okay, I guess there's one extra character trailing somewhere. Yeah, new line character would be, so like, this mode is going to be for when I actually write the creating animation. But yeah, we are ready for the new line now. Yeah, this is the one that's really going to scale. Da 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 da! There we go. Oh yeah, see, there is like, oh yeah, probably is an off by one or something. But yeah, you can see each line, and you can see every time there's an actual override by how many reds there are. So if we stop for a moment, we can see that these two ranges did not override. They're real close, but they actually they did override. I don't have the handling of that character. Nah, you're good, Jazzy. That's the perfect suggestion. Yeah, next time during the pre, we'll definitely have this readied out. And we'll have it locked down to a time and all that. I just wanted to, like, I knew I could do it, so I just wanted to get it on the board. Yeah, I think we will end off setting this down to a minute. Go back to 03. Oh, 03. I mean, we haven't really gotten into it, but it's pretty good. We haven't gotten to the super compilers or any of those big systems yet to implement. But it feels like it's ramping up appropriately, difficulty-wise and such. Hmm. Yeah, maybe next time I'll also implement this in the age of three parts in the part two also. But for now, part one's fine. I think for part two we have to get implemented into curses and all because it's multi-line, which I'm not opposed to, but I'm not gonna make the same mistake of day one of making some fancy D3 visualization. Oh no! Yeah, yeah, you gotta get in focus mode, Devil Services. 16, 15, day 4. That happens. Yeah, I mean, hey, that's all that matters, right? Devil's progress. All that matters is the progress. Can I read this? Oh, great. I mean, they're numbers. So I can. No, no. Let's see. 2, 4, 6 plus. My eyes. Do. Good night. Oh! Good one, Jazzy. Yeah. That was a pretty good one. Well, 71. Oh, yeah, so their numbers to that. Yeah, totally did. Totally. I'm totally not over here shoving your thing into a number converter right now as we say. But yeah, good night to you too if that's what it says. It's Requeezy. I was like, oh great, 71. I gotta convert that to a symbol, right? I grabbed the wrong calculator. Jazzy's got access to all the cool calculators, folks. And there's our visualization all visualized out. Now, yeah, we might come back to this tomorrow, add the part 2, and then maybe tweak the speed of this. Not sure if I really care about the speed, but at least adding the part 2, so every 3 of them gets another, a blue character, a blue highlight for the one that appears on all 3 lines. And that, I'm definitely, unless I remember the ASCII or the terminal commands to rewrite previous lines, we're going to probably use Blessed or some kind of Ancurses implementation, along with part 4 finishing this visualization. Which honestly doesn't, this visualization isn't as cool as the other one, but we'll have it just to have it. And yeah, with that, I'd say we did pretty good. I'm gonna let y'all hang out with Suda Mateo, because they're still doing their advent of code. Are they in rest? I think they're still, yeah, they're still resting it. Yeah, so, of course, yeah, I'll catch y'all tomorrow for day 5. Appreciate y'all coming by. See you next time. Appreciate the raid too, Max, if you're still here.